So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to begin the last part of our afternoon today at the Kiel Munition Clearance Week. We have with us, I can see already, excellent Thierry Segers joining us from the European Commission. Unfortunately, Thierry could not be here in person. I will relay regards from a former colleague or a colleague of yours from the European Commission in the room. Many people are looking forward to hearing your keynote address. So Thierry Segers, Program Manager of the European Commission's Directorate General for Defense Industry and Space, is with us now for the keynote address for our afternoon session. The floor is yours.
Very much, Thierry, for the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, colleagues, good afternoon. Before I begin, I would like to sincerely thank the organizing committee of the Kiel Munition Clearance Week for once again giving the Commission the opportunity to speak to you today. I also extend my gratitude to all the participants and attendees of this panel. Your presence highlights the significance and potential of unmanned systems and advanced autonomous technologies. It's an honor to address you today at the Kiel Munition Clearance Week, a forum that brings together the best minds and institutions committed to making our underwater environment safer, more secure, and more sustainable. We gather at a moment of both extraordinary risk and also extraordinary opportunity. Across European sea basins and also globally, we are confronted by a silent legacy of conflict, millions of tons of unexploded and dumped munitions. These pose not only environmental and safety hazards, but also obstruct critical development in offshore energy, transport, and security infrastructure. Traditionally, clearance operations have been complex, hazardous, and time-consuming, often dependent on human divers or remotely operated vehicles with limited coverage and endurance. But today, we are on the verge of a paradigm shift that will transform how we approach this immense challenge. Let me take you now on a journey through 4 key topics that I will address during this keynote: the autonomous future, the critical maritime infrastructure security, the role of the European Union, and finally a call to action. So first, the autonomous future. The future of munitions clearance lies in autonomous systems, unmanned solutions capable of operating across vast areas with unprecedented speed, precision, and endurance. This shift isn't just evolutionary, it's transformational. Imagine fleets of autonomous unmanned systems, underwater, unmanned, and aerial drones working in synchronized swarms. These systems can detect, classify, and neutralize threats much faster than traditional methods. The benefits are threefold. The first, efficiency and scalability. Autonomous systems operate continuously, day and night, without fatigue, and traversing vast, complex seabed landscapes. By working in coordinated swarms, they exponentially increase coverage area and reduce mission times from months to weeks or even days. The second is the risk reduction. Clearing munitions has always been dangerous work. These autonomous platforms keep human operator at a safe distance, minimizing exposure to potentially lethal ordnance and harsh maritime conditions. And this is a breakthrough in safety. Then, precision through integration. The future lies not only in the autonomy of individual platforms, but in their interconnectedness. By integrating artificial intelligence-enabled coordination, real-time data sharing, and multi-sensor fusion, ranging from sonar and magnetometers to satellite communication, we can create a comprehensive underwater situational awareness that was unimaginable a decade ago. Let me share an example. Recent demonstrations of coordinated drone swarms have shown that multiple unmanned systems can collectively map large minefields, analyze the data on board, and autonomously identify threats, all without human intervention until the final clearance stage. This represents a new level of operational efficiency and precision. But the implication of these technologies go well beyond clearance, and which brings me to my second topic, the critical maritime infrastructure security. As Europe scales up its offshore wind capacity, subsea data cables, pipelines, and blue economy infrastructure, we are entering a new era of offshore strategic vulnerability. Autonomous systems will be essential in this space, not just to remove legacy threats like wartime munition, but to detect and deter new ones. Hybrid threats targeting critical underwater infrastructure are no longer hypothetical. They are here. Consider subsea data cables that carry over 95% of the world's intercontinental internet traffic. A single. Can you hear me? I had an
We can hear
issue
you
with my
now. Sorry
computer.
for the interruption. We had a technical hitch. You're with us now.
Okay, very good. I'm sorry for the interruption. So consider subsea data cables that carry over 95% of the world's intercontinental internet traffic. A single well-coordinated sabotage attack could disrupt entire regions' economies and communications. Or offshore wind farms, cornerstone of Europe's green transition, that require constant monitoring for structural integrity and security. The dual-use potential of autonomous system is therefore critical. The same underwater drones that map and clear munition of illegal land today could tomorrow surveil offshore wind farms, inspect subsea pipelines, or detect underwater intrusions, supporting both civil and military resilience. This evolving security landscape demands systems that are adaptive, networked, and scalable. And this brings me to the European dimension and the role of the European Union. Recognizing these challenges and opportunities, the European Commission, through various frameworks like Horizon Europe or the European Defence Fund, has rightly acknowledged that Europe's strategic autonomy must extend below the surface. In particular, the EDF is investing heavily in projects that embody this vision through collaborative development of next-generation autonomous systems, improved interoperability, and AI-enabled decision-making tools. Let me highlight a few projects that are co-financed by the European Defence Fund. The project Secure, for instance, it focuses on developing and demonstrating at sea an integrated system of systems of unmanned platforms to perform joint anti-submarine and seabed warfare operation, protecting critical maritime infrastructure. Another one is the project SWAT Shoal. This project aims to develop a system of systems that integrates different types of vehicle in a swarm or squad, organized by teams but working as a single unit to achieve greater performance across a broad spectrum of mission. And finally, the E=MCM project that you may have heard about, which is advancing new mine countermeasure capabilities, improving detection, classification, localization, identification, and neutralization of mines, and extending operational reach. These projects are not isolated research and development efforts. They represent a coordinated push to build a resilient, innovative European defense technological base. At the Directorate General for Defense Industry and Space, there is a growing understanding that defense and industry are no longer separate silos. They are interlinked pillars of European sovereignty and security. Munition clearance is not just about remediation. It's about enabling a new phase of secure offshore development with European technology, European standards, and European values at its core. Finally, the call to action. Innovation, research, and development are not enough. We now face a challenge of translation, not just from ideas to prototypes, but from prototypes to real-world operational systems. This requires accelerating the path from research lab and demonstration projects into deployed fleets. How? By strengthening public-private cooperation. Government, industry leaders, and academia must collaborate closely to scale technologies. Also by working on more flexible frameworks that allow rapid adaptation to evolving threats and needs. And by enhancing partnerships across borders to share expertise, data, and resources. Imagine the European sea basins that are not only cleaner, but smarter, patrolled by fleets of autonomous systems sharing data in real time, maintaining environmental safety and geopolitical stability. To conclude my keynote, I would like also to emphasize this. Autonomous unmanned systems are not just tools. They are force multipliers for safety, security, and strategic foresight. They are enablers of a Europe that leads, not follows, in shaping the future of its maritime space. The seabed may hold the remains of our past conflicts, but with the right vision, the right tools, and the right partnerships, it can also become the foundation of our secure and sovereign future. Let us continue to work together, policymakers, industry leaders, researchers, and operators, to turn potential into progress. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Thierry Segers, for joining us here today at the Kiel Munition Clearance Week. Interesting thoughts, and you've perfectly set up our next panel, our concluding panel for the day, which is going to be on unmanned systems and advanced autonomous technologies, the future of UXO detection and clearance. Thanks again for being with us, and all the best to you and your colleagues there. Much food for thought. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invitation.